How's it, grade 11s? So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going through that exercise 7.12 with you. I'm going to be doing this in two parts. So in this video, I'm going to be doing question A, B, D, and F. Okay, and then the rest I will do in the next video. So question A, 2 sine alpha tan alpha minus tan alpha is equal to 0. Okay, and the question is determine the general solution of all of these questions. Round off your answers to 1 decimal place. Okay, so as you can see here, we've got two terms. We've got this 2 sine alpha tan alpha, and our second term is this tan alpha. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take out a common factor. And you can see over here, this is where our common factor is. This tan alpha is common. Okay, so if I take that out, I'm left with tan alpha into 2 sine alpha minus 1 equals 0. Okay. Now, just like your normal quadratic type questions, you have something times something equals 0. So I'm going to set both of them equal to 0. So we have this tan alpha equals 0, or 2 sine alpha minus 1 equals to 0. Just get this one on its own, and we get sine alpha is equal to 1 over 2. Okay. I'm going to work out the general solution for both of these things here. So the first one is pretty easy. We just go shift tan 0 and we get 0. So we know for this one the general solution is going to be alpha is equal to 0 degrees plus k180, where k is an element of the integers. All right, let's have a look at this one here. So I'm going to go shift sine a half, and we get 30. Now remember, with sine, the general solution has two parts. So I'm just going to write it underneath here, just so I can fit everything in. So that goes there. I'm just going to write the sine's general solution over here. So it's going to be alpha is equal to 30 degrees plus K360, or the other one is alpha is equal to 180 minus that 30 degrees plus K360. Let's solve for this one, and we get alpha is equal to 150 plus K360. And then for both of these, K is an element of the integers. All right, going on to question B. Question B is asking cos theta times tan theta equals to 0. What I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to change the tan to sine over cos. And we get cos theta times sine theta over cos theta equals 0. Now what you can see is you can see that the cos theta will cancel with the cos theta, and you're just left with sine theta is equal to 0. And we can find the general solution for that. Oh, it's not 0, it's 0, 0.6, sorry. 0, 0.6, 0, 0.6, 0, 0.6. Okay, apologies for that. Right. Go shift sine 0.6, and we get that. Now remember, we want to round off to 1 decimal place, so that's 36.9. The sine general solution has two parts, so we'll get the first one is theta is equal to 36.9 degrees plus K360, or theta is equal to 180 minus 36.9 degrees plus K360. All right, work this out on the calculator, and you'll get theta is equal to 143.1 degrees plus K360. For both of these, K is an element of the integers. All right, going on to question D. Question D is asking sine squared x plus cos x equals 1. All right, so with this one, it's a little bit trickier. We have the sine squared and we have a cos. So there's nothing we can do with this because this is what's causing the problem is the sine squared. So I'm going to use our square identities. And you know that cos squared alpha plus sine squared alpha is equal to 1. Let's get sine squared on its own. So we have sine squared alpha is equal to 1 minus cos squared alpha. And that's what I'm going to change this thing to 1 minus cos squared. And the reason why I'm going to do that is then we have everything in terms of cos, and it makes our life a lot easier. So this over here becomes 1 minus cos squared alpha plus, plus cos x is equal to 1. All right. Just get like terms together and stuff like that. So we get minus cos squared x plus cos x plus 1. And if I bring this one to the other side, it becomes a minus 1 equals 0. All right. Those will cancel. And then what I'm going to do, grade 11s, is I'm going to divide through by this negative. Okay, because I always want my highest power of whatever it is to be positive. So here we get cos squared x minus cos x. Those cancel and we're left with that. Okay. So again, we have two terms, cos squared x and cos x. I can take out a common factor of cos. So we get cos x into cos x minus 1 equals 0. We have something times something equals 0. So that means we'll get cos x is equal to 0 or cos x minus 1 equals 0. That would become cos x is equal to 1. All right. Find the general solution for this one. Shift cos 0 and we get 90. So this here would be x is equal to plus minus 90 degrees plus k 360, where k is an element of the the integers. Let's solve for this one. Shift cos 1 and we get 0. So x is equal to plus or minus 0 plus k 360, where k is an element of the integers. Right. So we just have to do question F now. We have sine x is equal to cos 2x. Okay, so this is very similar to ones that we've done before. I'm going to change the cos x to a sine x. And how I do that is I say 90 minus 2x. As soon as I do that 90 minus, that will change to a sine. So sine x is equal to sine 90 minus 2x. Okay. So this is our angle or our reference angle, and that's our angle. So we get here, and it's sine, so we're going to get two parts to this. So x is equal to 90 minus 2x plus k 360, or x is equal to 180 minus 90 minus 2x plus k 360. Okay, that's just our general solution to the sine. This one I'm going to solve for. Take the minus 2x to the other side, and we get 3x is equal to 90 plus k 360. Divide through by 3, and we get x is equal to 30 degrees plus k 120. Okay, here, let's just get rid of that bracket. 180 minus 90 plus 2x plus k 360. Take this to that side, and it becomes a minus, so that becomes minus x is equal to 180 minus 90 is 90 degrees, plus K360. Divide through by the negative, and we get x is equal to minus 90 degrees, plus K360. Now, grade 11s, you're probably saying, right, a negative or a positive divided by negative is a negative. It doesn't make a difference because your k is going to take on integer values anyway. So it'll affect this sign in the front here. So you know you'll choose positive values for k and then negative values for k. So it'll change that anyway. So it doesn't really make a difference. I just leave it as a plus. Okay. And then we must just write our final thing. K is an element of the integers. Okay, guys, stick around for part 2.